I remember maybe last year there was a huge thing on TikTok about like the inverted filter and how horrible that kind of made people look and how insecure that made people feel. And believe me, I was one of those people who was using it, and oh my gosh, I just hated it every time. I felt like a sucker punch to the chest. It was horrible. Just seeing myself in a way that I thought that's how everyone saw me. I was like, wow, like why, what? I just couldn't believe how bad it was compared to how I see myself in like a mirror. Um, and then maybe last week I saw a thing, and scientists have proved that the inverted filter is a less accurate representation or depiction of you than the mirror is, and it kind of made me very relieved from like first reaction, but it then secondly made me realize like wow, this whole kind of time I've been so worried about this thing and so worried about like the depiction of me and how I look because of an inverted filter that turns out it wasn't even that accurate at all. um and it kind of made me think more into like just everything. Like I feel like at least the night before of doing something quite worrying or challenging, I just kind of expect the worst and imagine only the worst. Like I just never kind of have those positive expectations of myself where I think I'm going to do well in something, and I always believe that I'm going to like really suffer and struggle. And it kind of brings me to the point where most of the times where I have those kind of thoughts and that thought process, I end up the actual thing that I'm stressing about and feeling like I'm going to do really bad with turns out to just not be that bad. And I think it further like extends the point that you suffer so much more in reality than in actual. You suffer so much more in imagination than in reality. I'd say that is definitely not it. But yeah, I think it's so important to, as much as being nervous is just a part of life and being nervous isn't necessarily a bad thing, letting that kind of consume you and worry you and burden you for so long, when in actual fact the thing that you're doing is most likely just never anywhere near as bad. So it kind of makes there be no point to worry as much. So say tomorrow if you got a driving test, or you're going to a party and you're just a very introverted person, don't but let it burden you, don't let it consume you, and just be yourself and be confident, because you suffer way more in your imagination than in reality.